Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Reform UK Rupert Lowe risks, leaving working-class voters asking one question. Opinion. After a surge in support, simmering during the last general election and continuing since, Reform UK's MPs appear to be engaging in an act of self-sabotage. The insurgent right-wing party, famously able to command attention, has now taken things to a new level by referring one of its own MPs, Rupert Lowe, to the police for threatening the party chair, Zia Yousaf. They have also launched an investigation on allegations of staff bullying. Lowe, now cast aside into the wilderness as an independent MP, is furious. Denying the accusations, he has lashed out at the process and hired his own legal team. This chaotic saga will drag on for months, with Farage's many enemies gleefully speculating whether the bright flash of Reform UK is already fizzling out. The suspension of the whip of an MP always makes waves, but for Reform UK, the impact is magnified as it only has 5 MPs. Each loss is significant. But beyond simple arithmetic, a major danger lies in Lowe's influence. With a strong online following of over 300,000 on X, formerly Twitter, he holds sway in Reform's digital-first community. Don't miss, Reform UK crisis may have hit party at perfect time for Nigel Farage. As a new movement, Reform's coalition of support is still bedding in, including with members drawn from ex-UKIP voters, former right-leaning Conservatives, disillusioned Red Wall Labour voters, and those new to politics. A common thread is a deep cynicism about the political establishment, convinced that a mono-party system exists, an impression only reinforced by what was perceived as government overreach during COVID. Now, to their dismay, they are watching Reform descend into the kind of internal warfare they despise in mainstream parties. Many members, particularly working-class supporters, may be wondering why their hard-earned cash is being spent on costly lawyer-led investigations rather than campaigning. For those most frustrated, it reinforces their view that politics is not fit for purpose. Another major danger is its symbolism on free speech, a core part of Reform's philosophy. The grassroots take a dim view of any form of censorship, and some are suspicious of the timing of Lowe's suspension, coming soon after he publicly questioned whether Nigel Farage would make a good prime minister. This will remind some of the party's treatment of the former deputy leader, Ben Habib, now an outspoken Farage critic, who accused Reform of being too centralized around its leader. With less than 2 months until the local elections, Farage is scrambling to build a grassroots operation, securing volunteers to do the hard graft of knocking on doors, delivering leaflets, and standing as candidates. Reform's ground game remains in its infancy, and this latest episode will be unwelcome. For ordinary voters who mused about backing Reform, eyebrows are certainly raised. How can a party with just 5 MPs manage to have such an explosive internal, row less than a year into Parliament? Until now, Reform has benefited from the Tories still recovering in opposition and Labour's popularity falling under Keir Starmer's government. Read more. Reform UK faces political oblivion as Rupert Lowe suspension sparks. Member X outright lie. Rupert Lowe blasts Reform UK's Lee Anderson in fiery row. Richard Tice refuses to answer Rupert Lowe question in awkward GB News clash. We use your sign-up to provide content in ways you've consented to and to improve our understanding of you. This may include adverts from us and third parties based on our understanding. You can unsubscribe at any time. Read our privacy policy. But as Reform's divisions explode to the surface, it raises questions on their ability to transition from a loud protest party to one that could be a serious governing party. Farage has already faced a few tough weeks. He's had to awkwardly navigate around Trump's foreign policy towards Ukraine, and Elon Musk has previously questioned whether he is the right leader for the party. More alarmingly, the party's fundraising capabilities may have been overstated. Despite the hype, Reform was heavily behind in fundraising during the last quarter of 2024, with Kemi Badenoch's Conservatives impressively raising £1.92 million compared to Reform's paltry £281,000. The recent infighting won't help Farage draw in more donors. Both the Conservatives and Labour will be relieved to see Reform's momentum slow. No amount of glossy online campaigning and colourful rallies can mask serious internal issues. Nevertheless, Nigel Farage still maintains an iron grip on the party. Despite Lowe's protestations, Farage's personal brand, media influence, and inner circle of loyalists mean he holds most of the cards. He will be hoping this controversy fades quickly without lasting damage. This crisis shows the difficulty of sustaining a political surge for the more than 4 years needed until the next likely general election in the face of increasing scrutiny. If Farage was hoping to adopt a Ming vase strategy, carefully sustaining momentum without dropping it, he may have already slipped. Time will tell if the vase has already cracked.